Arizona, they're doing the quality control. Steve, they're effectively triple checking the count now. For what I'm hearing, is that the concerns Karen Fann laid out in her letter over a month ago now, and the deep issues of missing ballots, the issues of replaced, removed, repositioned database, those remain. And I think that soon enough we're going to see some public information that is going to be a nuclear earthquake in terms of what's coming out of Arizona. So stay the course. Keep your eyes on Arizona. Keep focus on Arizona. Whatever the other side is, we're seeing with Georgia, the other side is willing to go to any depths whatsoever to derail this effort, to derail the freight train of audits. But do not be discouraged. Stay strong. Make sure that you're focusing on Arizona and the truth that's coming out from State Senator Karen Fann and others directly involved with this audit. Because as we've heard from over 20 delegations who've gone to the Arizona audit, it's squared away, it's secure, it's tight, and the information that's going to come out is going to be very, very significant from what I understand.
Okay, let's go to, the media last night did not agree with your assessment on our show. They said the Michigan report's actually very squared away, and it shows once again, because the New York Times, MSNBC, they're just beaten, that the Senate's come out, Michigan's over, it doesn't matter, everything Rudy said. In fact, I think they specifically cited Rudy's conference and testimony there in front of the Senate as one of the reasons they're trying to take his law license away in New York. What say you, Boris, about Michigan and what needs to be done by this audience?
That report was total nonsense. It was completely predisposed. It was already, when they started writing the report, they already knew what they were going to put in the report. This is the Michigan establishment GOP wanting to say, hey, nothing to see here, move on. No, there's no discrepancies between ballots and voters and votes in Detroit when we know there is. Don't look at the Antrim County anymore. There's nothing there. Just move on. Why? What are you hiding? Same question we pose to Democrats, same question we pose to the left mainstream media, we have to pose to Republican establishment. What are you hiding? Do not forget that the overwhelming majority of the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors in Arizona is Republican. It's 4-1, I believe, Republican to Democrat. So this is not about party. This is about MAGA. This is about election integrity, voter integrity, the truth from 2020, and those who are against it. So that's all that, and President Trump put out a fire statement yesterday calling out State Senate Majority Leader Shirkey in Michigan, calling out Senator McBroom, who was behind this report. And again, as I said yesterday, here's a clear example. They said, no, there were no ballots sent out to those who didn't ask for them. But then they said, we should make sure that in the future they don't send out any unsolicited ballots. Obviously contradicting themselves. That's just one example of a myriad of holes in this report. I likened it to Swiss cheese yesterday. I still like that metaphor. This report was so full of holes. It was just like Swiss cheese. And again, it was completely predestined. When they started writing the report in Michigan, they knew what they wanted to find. And you know what? If anything, if they're so confident in this report and they're so sure that this was a perfect election, hey, let's have an audit. What are you afraid of? If you're so sure you've got this awesome report, go and call for an audit, and let's specifically in Detroit, and let's get to the bottom of it. If this report is perfect and squared away, let's have an audit, back it up, because then the 55% of American people right now already calling for forensic audits will believe the report. For now, we're saying no thanks.
Okay, what is this audience to do? President Trump's been putting some things out from the desk of 45. But what should this audience do to make sure that the establishment in Michigan, the Republican establishment, knows that they're not going to be satisfied until we get the same full forensic audit and not these spins? Remember, a lot of people talking about audits always been done. We need what's happening in Arizona. In Arizona, the tripartite, the full forensic audit of the ballots, the recanvassing, and then, guys, the experts get to the machines, right? But you focus on those ballots. You focus on the ballots versus the votes, full forensic audit, and the recanvassing, which to me is the beating heart of all of this. How does this audience support President Trump? Because we know Trump won. How do we support this and put pressure on, and let's call it what it is, pressure on the recalcitrant establishment in Michigan?
In Michigan, call the offices of State Senate Majority Leader Shirkey. Call the offices of the head of the Michigan House, the Michigan Assembly, also Republican. In Wisconsin, call Chris Kapenga in the Wisconsin Senate. Call Robin Voss in the State Assembly. In Pennsylvania, call the office of Corman, State Senate President Corman. Call the office of State Senator Dave Argall. Go ahead, get your voices heard. Always call within the lines, but call their offices. Let's get their numbers up in the chat room. Get them.